Good morning, everybody. I'm here with you. We're going to go over some fitness games. I have with me a guest, a helper today. This is my niece, Alana. You going to say anything? Hello?
You said I didn't have to.
Okay. Alana is 9 years old. And so we're going to take you through a couple of games. Now, I have kids here that live in this house with me. So I'm going to kind of gear this more towards kids, but honestly, it can be for any and everybody, any age that you want to can play these fitness games. It's really just taking things that you already have in your house and then making it work and turning it into like adding a fitness twist on it and making it just really fun. So fitness doesn't just have to be go do Murph. It can be, all right, let's have a little fun and make a little game out of this, especially when you're talking about kids. I know some of you have kids that are staying home because there are no schools in session right now. So it's very easy and simple to kind of add these things into what you already have in your house. So let's go over, first let's have Alana warm up. I'm pretty warmed up, but I'm going to get you warmed up, and then I will get you to go into some of the game descriptions and explanations, and we'll show you some of the games too. Try to keep this about 20 to 30 minutes for you so it's not too much of your day. Are you ready? All right, stand up. We'll move the bench out of the way. All right, so the warm-up for her is going to be, and for all of us, just get her body moving, have a little bit of fun. If you don't have a partner, you can take out the high five portion of this, but otherwise we're just going to do 20 plate hops or 20 just kind of jumps onto an object, and then together we're going to do those things 2 times through, and then we'll stretch a little bit. All right, so your hops, come stand over here next to me. We have plates, so you can use a plate. Ready? You're going to do some hops up on top of it, up and down. Ready? And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, come on, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Stop there. Now, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Face me. Slide this out of the way. Get over here. Ready? We're going to squat. Squat. I'm not doing it by myself. High five. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what we do, when we get the mat out.
Oh, I've done high five push-ups.
You've done high five push-ups before? Perfect. Here we go. Get down here. You go that way and I'll go on this side. Push-ups, not sit-ups. Push-ups. Yeah. You can do it on your knees or your hands, whatever that you need to. Go back up just a little bit so we don't hit our forehead when we do it. Exactly. Ready? And push up. High five. Down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can hear my stomach.
And 5. Stand up. Get your plate back over here. You ready? 20 hops. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Get ready for those squats again. Are you breathing harder?
Yeah.
Feel warmer?
No.
No? Oh, just wait. Ready? 1, 2. You can get lower than that. Ready? Oh, that was very low. 3. Right here. 4, 5. Now we're going to change it up, and we will do the sit-up high fives. Ready?
Yeah.
Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now sit up. No, you can stay there. Take one leg straight. One leg cross it over. Hug your knee to yourself. And breathe. Feel a little bit warmer?
Nope.
But your heart is beating? Muscles, how'd they feel when you were warming up?
Yeah.
Okay. Switch sides. Straighten your leg. Cross the other one. All right. If I say a child's pose, you know what that is? Okay. Flip over. You can stay on the mat. Sit on your heels. Hands out straight and push your head down.
This is more like a yoga pose.
It is actually a yoga pose. It's called child's pose. Push your head down. Feel good?
Yeah.
Stretching right through there. And then we're going to get into our games. Quick little warm up. Won't spend too long on it. All right, go ahead and come on up. Move this out of the way.
Wait, do we need a basketball for it?
Nope, I got everything we need. All right, if you're following along, we are going to move into the first game. So you can see I've got my list of things right over here. We're not going to show you every single one of them, just because some of them, the computer will not pick up outside if we go into the sunshine. It'll just make everything really dark. So I'm going to go through the first couple and we're going to demo those, and then the rest of them I will just talk about. So let's go into fitness dice. Fitness dice is something I made a while ago. Before I was just a coach at CrossFit, I was a PE teacher for a long time. And so I had a lot of these just kind of sitting around still that I used. Wait a minute. So I made some of these, but now places like Five Below are selling these fitness dice that they make that are legitimate dice and stuff that you can roll. But I have just a homemade version. So I took a bunch of sponges and I put different numbers on them. So all of the pink ones have numbers. You put that in a different pile, all facing down. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then on the other sponges, I have written
Frog.
exercises, push-ups, frogs. I'll show you what frogs are. Sit-ups. And so you pick one from each pile, and then you do that exercise. As simple as that. Kind of like the deck of cards, but I call it a little bit of a different name. So Alana and I are going to decide, how do we want to play this game? All right, Alana, do you want to play? Let's slide this way so people can see us. Do you want to play where if you pick it, you're the only one that has to do it? Or do you want to play where if you pick it, we both have to do it together?
Thing is, I didn't understand the thing that you said.
So when you play this with your group, with your kids, whoever it may be, get them to have a little buy-in to the game, so it's not just you sitting there saying, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to like it, and you're going to have fun. Get them to help you make decisions. So I'm going to explain this to her, and then I'm going to allow her to decide how we're going to play it. So when it's your turn to choose, you're going to pick one from the orange and one from the pink. That means you do one windmill stretch.
Okay.
Okay? Do you want to play it where when you do it, you only have to do it by yourself? Or do you want to play it where when you flip the dice, we both are doing it? Okay, so then when it's my turn, I do it by myself. So we're just going to each do this twice, and then we'll move on to the next game. So go ahead and pick one pink and one orange. Try not to pick the other one that you picked. Flip it over.
Yes, I have to pick 5.
All right, so she picked 5, and what's the exercise?
Sit-ups.
5 sit-ups. Go. So she got to do 5 sit-ups right away. She can do it wherever she's at. She can use the mat or by herself. We're going to put these back in the pile. They are not out of play. While she's doing that, first I make sure she's not cheating and she's done all of them. And then I get to do push-ups is mine. 2 push-ups. So right here, I'm just going to go right into 2 push-ups. You go again. We'll do one more for each of us. Nope. 4 what? What are you going to do?
Burpees.
4 burpees. Woo! 1. Oh, keep going.
You did that?
Yes, I did. 2. You got it. 3. Make sure when you're playing this, you're encouraging them to keep going. Make it fun. And this is the last one, right? All right, my turn. 2. Again, I picked 2. Squats. 1, 2. All right, that game. That's your wrap. That is fitness dice. You can make this on your own in your house, even if you don't have sponges. Grab pieces of paper and put it in different buckets. Grab a deck of cards, whatever it is that you need. You can label them and make your own little homemade bag of that. Next one we have is deck of cards or Uno. I know that a lot of you have done the deck of cards workout before, where you assign each suit has a different exercise. So you can do hearts or burpees, spades or push-ups. You get the idea. Assign a different exercise to each one. And then as you pull each card, that's the joker, that's not gonna work. As you pull each card, you do that number. So I have the 4 of clubs. If I had assigned sit-ups to clubs, I'd do 4 sit-ups. And again, if you're doing this with kids, let them have some buy-in to what you're gonna do and let them decide. Are you gonna do it all together as a group each time you flip a card? Or are you gonna have just that one person doing it? We're very familiar with this one. If not, feel free to drop a question and I can answer any questions that you have about that one. But I'm gonna show it with some Uno. Uno is a slightly different version. Thank you to one of our members, Brett, for giving me this idea. I kind of stole it from you. I loved what you did, how you kind of made it your own. So in Uno, we know we have wild cards. We have, what else? Reverses. You can assign whatever you want to those. So we're going to play this. I'm just deciding that we're going to play this where you do this by yourself. Whatever card you pick, you're on your own. Okay? So that way, when there's like a reverse card, guess what reverse means?
Yeah,
you can give it to somebody else in your group. Now, there's only 2 of us, but you can give it to somebody else in your group. All right? If there's a wild card, what do you think wild card will mean? What should we make that? Should we make it you can skip the exercise? Should we make it you have to run to the end of the driveway? What should we make it? Something special. Maybe you get to have a sip of water. You can assign something different to that.
Half a sip.
You can how about we're going to make it you have to run to the end of the driveway, and then the stop one, you can skip that exercise. You get a free pass. You can save it or you can use it. You can save it and use it for a later moment in the game. It's a stop sign. You'll see it when you get there. All right, so we're going to mix these up, and we're going to play a couple of each. We're going to say that green is a squat and blue is a push-up, okay? You ready to play? You go first. Pick the first card. What's it say?
5.
Blue was push-ups. 5 push-ups. Go right there. Make them good, all the way down. 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it for Alana. She's doing great. Come on. 4, 5. Woohoo! Nice work. We got the same thing. 5 push-ups. You gonna cheer me on?
Wow, go Kristen!
5 push-ups. Your turn again.
4 push-ups.
Do it. Need a little more shuffling in here. Here we go.
Ooh.
2. We said squats, right? 2 squats. Your turn. We're going to do 1 more for each of us. 2 squats. 2 squats. Plus 2 means 4.
So I have to do 4.
4. Because it's a plus 2.
Because it's 2.
4 squats. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. I'll do 1 more to make it even. Oh. So how many does that make it for me?
4.
No. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Then they get a little math practice too. What's that?
6.
1,
2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that's Uno. You can assign all sorts of different exercises depending upon what you have and what the ages are that you're playing with. If you're just a bunch of people hanging out in your living room, a bunch of your roommates, Make it very creative. And make something special for the reverse and the wild cards. Basically, it's deck of cards elevated because you have more options to play with. All right? So that is Uno. Now this next one, you can do with basketball. You can play, nope, you should listen. Basketball horse. It's out in the sun. I tried filming it earlier. It doesn't really show up very well. So we're going to change it for what we have. If you have a basketball hoop, do it outside basketball hoop and play horse. If not, if you have cornhole or a bucket or a bowl, whatever you might have, we're going to use this bowl. We're going to put it up here. Pick however far away you want to stand. Grab your bean bags. Everybody gets 2.
I got the double chance.
Just for the sake of simplicity, that's all we're going to play to keep it moving. If you make it in, you don't have to have a letter. If you miss, Alana, what do you get?
A letter.
A letter. If you get a letter, you have to do, what exercise do you want to have to do? Burpee, sit up, squat, push up. What exercise do you want to do if you get a letter?
Sit-ups.
Sit-ups. And we're going to say today is the 25th. So we're going to say you have to do 5 sit-ups if you get a letter. All right? So you keep them moving, keep everybody engaged, but then also get a little bit of fitness in there. So Alana, back up to the edge of the garage. Go ahead and try to toss it into.
Like right here?
Try to toss it into the bucket. So you have an H.
That's hard.
You have an H. I'll stand where you stood, even though I don't have to. No letter. Your turn.
Can I only use one?
No, you can go ahead with your second one. Nice. You did not miss. So we would play this. I missed. She would have to do 5 sit-ups because she has the letter H. I also have the letter H. So we each have to do 5 sit-ups. What are you waiting for?
I'm going.
All right, let's do it.
Right on the hard ground.
3, 4, and 5. So that is that game. You can play it with many different objects that you might just have laying around. If you really don't have much, I know you have a trash can, I know you have a piece of paper. So wad up some paper into a tight little ball and use a trash can, and you can play trash ball. All right? The next one, you can use good old-fashioned 4-square rules. Take it outside, get some sidewalk chalk, and make that on your driveway, your sidewalk, maybe on a side street where there's no traffic, and play some 4-square. Or you can get a bouncy ball, something light that floats, and you can keep it up in the air. So we're going to play keep it up. So go ahead and grab that big green ball, please.
This one?
Behind us. Right there. Ideally, you want to do this in a bigger setting out in the yard. If you want to, what you can do is set up a big area and then start to make it smaller as time progresses to make it more of a challenge. But you're going to keep the ball going in the air. This is a great time. Sorry, my former PE teacher coming out at me. It's a great time to go over volleying skills. You can use feet. You can use hands. For the sake of us being in the garage right now, we're going to do very gentle. Are you listening? Yes. Very gentle touches in the air so it doesn't bounce off the ceiling. But ideally, you'd be outside doing this. If the ball hits the ground, we're both responsible for it. So we each have to do, we're going to go with 2 burpees. All right? 2 burpees if the ball touches the ground. So you go ahead and stand over there. We're going to try not to hit the folks on the computer. You ready? You're going to keep it up. You can't catch it, so you got to hit it quickly. Ready? Hit it. So we dropped it. We each have to do 2 burpees.
2.
And 2. Play it one more time so you can see it again. Ready? You got to do light touches. Light touches. That's fine. It's my phone.
Oh.
So we dropped it again. We would do 2 burpees. The idea, you keep going. Let's do the 2 burpees. All right.
Do you want me to get your phone?
No, it's fine. So you keep the ball up in the air, Keep it going, get a little exercise that way. With all of these games, it really comes down to if you have that positive, all right, this is exciting, I want you to do this, it's going to be really good. If you kind of build it up for the kids or for the roommates that you might be playing with, build it up so that they get kind of excited about it. If you're just kind of like, well, you're going to do this, it's not going to work that well. You kind of have to get people to buy into it. So the next one, the next couple, actually don't need you to do anymore because I'm just going to talk about it. You're welcome to stay though. So the next couple that I have, and I'm going to make a post in the, yeah, you can sit on the other side. I'm going to make a post about this so that you guys can see all the names and the directions of everything so that you can do it, follow along at home. Bless you. Bless you. It's pollen. It's allergies. No worries. Okay, the next one is relay races. So I don't know if you saw Coach Cass's video last week about the different runs on the sidewalk. You can put different objects, water bottles, paper towels, anything that you need every 5 to 10 feet apart. And then what you can have them do is do a different exercise. Run to that one, do 3 push-ups, or have them do their age. So she's 9, she would have to do 9 of everything. 9 push-ups, run back, touch the start. Go to the next one after that, do 9 squats, run back to the start, touch that. Any sort of relay race you can have, if you have many kids, you can have them just kind of put into 2 different teams. There's 4 kids that live here. I have 4 nieces and nephews that live here. So I can split them into 2 teams. Or if only one wants to do it, I just have her race the clock. How many times can you go in 5 minutes? Whatever the case may be. After relay races, you can also build an obstacle course in your garage, in your yard, in your living room. Somersaults on the couch, as long as there's no lamps on the end. You can do step-ups on a chair or dips off a chair. Get creative. I've made many obstacle courses. If you need ideas, I can give you more ideas. But just use whatever you have. Everybody's house or apartment is very different in what you have in your location. Some yards have different just natural hill versus not that you can just kind of use as well. So build an obstacle course. And then tag games are a great way to get your fitness, but also very fun. If you haven't played a tag game in a while, I highly recommend that you jump in on one and get people to do it because your heart rate gets up pretty high. There's many, many different tag games, but you can play just traditional tag where if you get tagged, you're out. Instead of being out, what you can do is have people do a set number of exercises. If you guys want to work on a little complex, you can do 5 kettlebell swings. And if you have a kettlebell swings in order to get back into the tag game where you have to do 5 burpees or whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you want to work on that day, make it something that where they're not out and just sitting still, make it so that they are having to do something to get back into the game. That keeps the game going, keeps it pretty fun as well. And 2 more things. You can do a jump rope challenge, have a jump rope size for a kid, or just jumping over something. So get a PVC pipe or a stick or something that they can jump across and do reps of 10. So do a challenge where you're doing 10 at a time with no mistakes, and then the next person does it. So once everybody does 10 at a time with no mistakes, then you bump up to 20 and see who lasts the longest and who gets to keep going. That's what you can do as well. Last thing I'll talk about is there's lots of stuff out there, but there are some yoga channels, one specifically called Cosmic Yoga that I've used before. And if you need just kind of some downtime, some breathing, you can put one of those on there and it gets people up and gets the kids up entertained, but also getting some good movement in. That's all that Alana and I have for you. Thank you for tuning in with us. Hope you got some inspiration for some games. If you have any questions about any of it, just let me know. Contact me on Facebook. Thank you so much for your dancing. Tell everybody.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys. Have a great day.
Can we